All right, so what I'm looking from you guys is some type of understanding. I've seen some of the laws on paper in black and white concerning the newer pistol brace rules. I'm not as versed when it comes to certain type of terminology and vocabulary that's being used, and I don't always want to go off exactly what I hear someone else say. So I would like to kind of get a majority feel an idea about the opinions as well as other people's interpretations of what this pistol brace ruling or this pistol brace law now is in effect, and if it will be able to be changed or overturned, and what's possibly next when it comes to the pistol brace ruling as far as what you can and can't do now. All right, so as you can see, we got a few pistol braces right here. This is one on a build that I actually been doing. I started a video on this build. I haven't forgot about you guys. I haven't gotten around to actually showing the video of the build. One, because it was taking so long and I had a whole lot of other things to do. So when it came to giving it my time and attention, as well as recording and things of that nature, it was just hard to basically give it. Of course, you can see pistol brace. This is the SB Tactical SBA4 brace. I really like this brace. I have a few of them, and when I go with my pistol builds, this is pretty much the brace that I always use. So as you can see right here, we have it in the FDE colorway. I like this colorway. I like FDE. As you can see, this was spray FDE. Of course, I could have bought this BCM Gunfighter pistol grip in this particular color, but at the time I didn't have that color, and I didn't really want to wait. And also, I like to spray paint a lot of my stuff. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you would know that, hey, Navy Vet 88, he liked to spray all his guns. So this actual BCM pistol grip was actually black. I sprayed it so that it can pretty much kind of match the pistol brace that I have right here that's in the FDE colorway. Now, I know on camera it may look a little different with the color scheme, but if you see it in person, you'll say, hey, it looks pretty dead on. But of course, the camera always kind of makes colors look a little different than they should be. So I have this pistol brace right here, and I will show you another one. Okay, right here we have another pistol brace, which also is the SB Tactical, and we have this pistol brace on our 10-inch build with the Holosun red dot up top, and this riser is actually by a company called Sally. They actually sent me a red dot optic that I did a review on a while back. I'm not sure if I have that video still up or not. I know it was a long time ago, but this is the riser that actually came on that initial optic. I just pretty much took the optic off, put my Holosun on, and then there you go. Like I said, this is just pretty much a 10-inch build. Nothing fancy, of course. Like I said, I like to spray paint a lot of stuff, so this actually is spray painted. This isn't a factory color or anything like that. You might be able to tell with certain things. Of course, this is the Magpul pistol grip, and my safety selector, of course, on this side over here, if you can see the pin is actually painted, but on this side is not. That was just pretty much for visual issues and things of that nature, so that I could actually see it if I had to look down. I didn't want it to kind of blend in too much. Of course, we had a dust cover up, so dust cover is painted also. Charging handle, I didn't paint on this one. This is the BCM Gunfighter. Not sure if you can see that. This is the BCM Gunfighter charging handle. This is not the ambidextrous one. This is only one-sided. So I know that I showed you guys a lot on this rifle, but it wasn't intended for that. So I pretty much got sidetracked with that. And this video, of course, like I said, is about the pistol braces, and it's pretty much to go to show that I do have a lot of pistol braces, as well as I know a lot of you guys have a lot of pistol braces on a lot of different builds that you have. And you might not understand the newer laws and what's going on, what you can and can't do now. And it's pretty much to say, hey, you know, I'm looking for that information from you guys if you have it, because I know that I'm not the only one who has multiple pistol braces and still does not understand the newer law terminology and vocabulary that's being used to give you a pretty much clear-cut explanation as to what it is that you can and can't do. All right, right here you can see we have another SB Tactical pistol brace. Like I said, I really like the SB Tactical braces. Again, another SBA4 brace. I'm a big fan of the SBA4 style. I used to run the SBA3s when I had my Radical Defense pistol build. It was like a 10.5 or something. It was a long time ago. I won't say that I didn't know any better. It's just that I found out about better quality rifles and better quality, you know, just all around equipment, steel, material, and all of those things that I didn't know back then. But would I still get another Radical Defense? Absolutely. The 10-inch pistol that I have right now, it's a Anderson Lohr build from the strip lower receiver, all the way out. Of course, all of the parts and internals aren't Anderson, but the actual block itself for the strip lower for that 10-inch pistol is a Anderson manufactured lower. So I don't have any problems or issues when it comes to certain things as far as cost and feeling like because you spend a certain amount of money that something is going to be good or bad. I just learned more about certain quality brands that just have a better reputation when it comes to the longevity of some of their products. So like I said, we have another pistol brace. This is a SBA4 pistol brace. Like I said, SB Tactical. This one actually was a black, I think it was all black when I initially got it, and I sprayed it twice, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So you could kind of see the color scheme on it. You can see some of the actual paint has peeled off it, which is what I actually wanted it to look like. So I wanted that kind of like battle worn look to it in a sense. If anybody's played like Call of Duty and you have some of those different type of skins and you kind of get the ones that are, kind of like that rugged battlefield look, kind of looks like it's been dropped around, thrown around, and, stuff like that. That's what I was going for. So the rest of the rifle was sprayed similar to this, but then I sprayed it back black again, and then the castle nut, I kept the castle nut the same color because I thought it was pretty cool, as well as I kept the safety selector the same way. And I did spray this actually with the charging handle in it. This is the Radiant Raptor charging handle. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I sprayed it also, like I said, with the charging handle on it. But enough about the spraying. Like I said, this video is about the pistol brace and what are the new rulings, what are you guys' take on it? Can somebody better explain it to me so that I could better understand it, as well as a lot of people who might be in the comment section who might be looking at this and saying, hey, I'm trying to figure it out just like you. So I appreciate y'all for watching this quick little video. Hopefully it wasn't too much of your time, and hopefully you have some information that I'm looking for just as well as everybody else on how to get a better understanding about these new pistol brace laws, these new rulings, what it entails, where it can go and where it won't go, and also will these things be challenged to be basically turned back over to what it used to be, to where it was so much of a controversy behind having a pistol brace. Because I do remember being at the range a few times around that era where they was trying to say that you had to go through all of these different tallies, and you had to, it was almost like you had to fill out these certain forms in order to have one attached to your firearm, your pistol or rifle, whatever. And I remember being at the range and I seen a lot of people who were basically like just shooting with no brace on. They were just pretty much using a buffer tube only. And I know a lot of people were kind of, skeptical, kind of afraid, not knowing who might, call and tell on you if you're at the range or something. Now, I shoot at an outdoor range where we police ourselves, so it wasn't as much of a concern, because it's been times where I've gone out to the range and there's nobody out there in the particular bay that I might be shooting at. It's just completely wide open. Nobody's there. I'll shoot for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and maybe a couple people may drive by just to see if the range is open or not. And that's it. But I know that during that particular time frame when that was going on, if you would have went to some of the indoor ranges, I think they had a whole lot more to say when it came to these whole pistol brace things. Like, I don't even think that they were letting people actually shoot if you had a brace. I think it had gotten to that point, but I can understand that because that falls in a line with liability and things of that nature. If they were to say get caught and people are using something that they shouldn't be using, and then next thing you know, their vicarious liability is concerned and their insurance is concerned, and they could possibly be shut down just because they let somebody use a brace during a time frame where people are having to fill out all these different forms and things of that nature. So also, when I went to one of my local gun stores during that actual time frame, not only were the gun ranges dealing with the whole thing with the pistol brace and being very cautious about letting people actually use them inside of the range because of, like I said, different type of liabilities and things like that. I remember being at my gun store that's local to me, and where they had typically had all their rifles and pistols that were actually on the wall as displays. They were, they were purchasable. It just had some that were on display because they were more of the more expensive brands and things of that nature. All of the ones that were pistols, they actually had all of the braces removed from them. So I think you could buy them, but you couldn't buy it with a brace. So you basically would be buying a pistol with only a buffer tube. And I think they were the same way. Like I said, the gun ranges, they were pretty cautious about what was going on at that time and didn't want to have to deal with being shut down, harassed, and things of that nature. Because I'm pretty sure once you're a gun dealer and you have a actual establishment and you're recognized by the state and the ATF and you know, all of the federal bureaus and things of that nature, I could see why you would not want to get caught up in selling something that people in that particular time frame shouldn't have had. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. It's Navy Vet 88. I appreciate you all for sticking with me and watching it to the end. I appreciate that so much, and hopefully we can get some information input down in the comment section so you can help a lot of us out with getting a better understanding and idea about what's going on with this pistol brace ruling. Can you do this? Can you not do it? I mean, I'm hoping that you could just do away with the brace altogether, slap a stock on, and don't have to worry about a pin and weld, and you can have your SBR, because there is, in my opinion, no difference between having a 10.5 inch AR pistol with a pistol brace on it versus taking it off and then putting a fixed stock on it. I just really don't see what the big fuss is about. But hey, it's not for me to understand. It's just for me to interpret and follow the laws how they should be followed. So that's why I'm coming at you guys about that. So Navy Vet 88, I appreciate you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.